Les is Glass Service, serving all of southeastern Wisconsin. Find us at lesglassservice.com.
Your trusted and relevant source for news, sports, traffic, and weather. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
At 9 o'clock, it's 51 degrees and sunny in Milwaukee. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Jack Grau. A teenager will see jail time for triggering a bonfire explosion that injured more than a dozen people in the town of Maple Grove in 2022. A judge sentenced 18-year-old Sam Armstrong to 1 year in prison and 5 years probation on Thursday. Armstrong pleaded no contest in February to 13 counts of injury by neglectful use of an explosive. Authorities have said he threw a barrel containing gasoline and diesel into a bonfire at a backyard gathering, sparking an explosion that burned at least 17 of the roughly 60 youths who were there. House Speaker Mike Johnson meeting with former President Trump in Florida on Friday. The presumptive GOP presidential nominee giving Johnson a boost at a news conference afterwards. More details from ABC's Mary Alice Parks in Washington.
A lot of states already check their voter rolls against lists that do check citizenship, like Social Security. Georgia looked into this matter in 2022. It found that in the last 25 years, about 1,600 potential cases of non-citizens trying to register to vote, but also found that none in the end were allowed to cast a ballot.
Speaker Johnson facing recent threats to oust him from the job. And circle it on your calendar. Sunday is April 14th, 414 Day, also known as Milwaukee Day.
414 is Milwaukee's area code. But don't worry, if you're in the 262, you can celebrate too.
The mission of 414 is to draw the circle bigger. Everyone's welcome. You know, just be cool about it, be yourself, be authentic, represent where you come from.
Fred Gillich, the creative director at 414 Milwaukee, is one of the organizers of Milwaukee Day. The celebration starts Sunday morning at 10 with a 414 flag drop at City Hall.
Last year we had 250 people show up. We're expecting more. There's even a wedding there. Someone who's gone to the very first one, like when 50 people were there, has decided this is so cool. I want to get married on this day.
Married.
Yeah.
It's a day full of fun, freebies, and pride. Show your love for Milwaukee any way you want. Jessica Ty, WTMJ News.
Bubbler Bikes is offering free rides all day on Sunday, and 10-time national boxing champion Violet the Warrior Princess Lopez will be ringside for the flag drop. And Ben Mulwana is a Ugandan musician who now records music in Kenosha and performs throughout Wisconsin. WTMJ's Libby Collins asks him about the title of his first album.
The emphasis of Mr. Mulwana is on the Mr. Mr. is more than just a title. Mr. always got called to people that have done something that is way beyond or has elevated them, or has done something that they can look at and say, this is what I have done. And I felt like putting together the album myself, I recorded it all at home in the studio that I built from scratch.
Hear the story of how Mulwana ended up in Wisconsin, integrating music from both cultures on Sunday at 11 a.m. on WTMJ Conversations. Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Siding Unlimited WTMJ News Time. It's 9:03.
Your drink, sir?
This virtual vacation is brought to you by Milwaukee Mitchell International Airport. For the full experience, visit flymke.com to explore our many nonstop destinations. With super convenient parking and low fares, flying from Milwaukee makes traveling so easy, it's like starting your vacation early. Fly easy, fly MKE.
Say cheese, whether you like it with tomato soup or with bacon on sourdough. The cheese stands alone. The 11th Annual Wisconsin Grilled Cheese Championship returns Saturday, April 20th at the Lay Memorial Pavilion at Harris Park in Dodgeville, Wisconsin. General admission is $5, VIP tickets are $30, and are on a first-come, first-served basis and include a sandwich, a drink, soup, and a goodie bag. Visit the Dodgeville Area Chamber of Commerce Facebook page for more information. It's the Wisconsin Grilled Cheese Championship on Saturday, April 20th in Dodgeville, Wisconsin.
Each day there's a sliver of time when you can almost breathe freely, and you feel better when you can. But you know that eventually that sliver of time closes, along with your nose. It puts a damper on your day every day. So you pop a pill or you take a spray to try to get that relief back, but it's always short-lived. And all the while in your efforts to give yourself relief, you may be making your nasal breathing problems worse. I'm Dr. Madan Kandula, and a simple in-office procedure from Advent called balloon sinuplasty could be the fast and convenient answer to your breathing triangle problems. Advent has been a leader in this procedure, which can be hard to find elsewhere. It's simple, there's little to no downtime, and it really can be life-changing.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
Breathe well with simple solutions. Breathe well with simple solutions. AdventKnows.com.
Results may vary.
Time for a WTMJ sports update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All sports desk. The Brewers making a statement victory against the Orioles yesterday, 11-1. Second matchup of the series will be today at 3:05, with WTMJ's coverage starting at 2:35. For the Bucks, ouch, a 125-107 loss to the Oklahoma City Thunder last night. The final game of the regular season will be tomorrow at noon against the Orlando Magic. The Bucks have clinched the number 2 seed in the Eastern Conference playoffs. Taking a look at your roads with your Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver traffic. 2 spots close together that we're definitely keeping an eye on Highway 45 North at the ramp from North Avenue. That right shoulder is blocked due to a disabled vehicle. And then just north of that, 45 North, still at the ramp from Burleigh Street. That right shoulder is blocked due to a crash. So a couple areas on 45 North that we're keeping an eye on, but it's not causing any major problems across the traffic system.
Traffic is sponsored by St. Vincent de Paul Thrift Stores.
St. Vincent de Paul Thrift Stores, Highway 100 and Layton Avenue, 23rd and Lincoln. Great stores, great cause, and unbelievable bargains. You're going to love it. St. Vincent de Paul Thrift Stores.
Your WTMJ 5-day forecast, a high of 65 today and mostly sunny, getting down to a low of 54 with possible isolated showers. On Sunday, a high of 70 degrees by the lake and 75 inland and mostly sunny. Great weather for 414 day. On Monday, a high of 63 and partly cloudy, dipping down on Tuesday to a high of 58 with rain and storms. And on Wednesday, a high of 65 with rain and storms as well. It's 47 degrees and clear in Madison. 42 degrees and sunny in Green Bay. Waukesha, 43 degrees and sunny. Right here in Milwaukee, 51 degrees with sun. I'm Jack Grau, Siding Unlimited WTMJ News Time. It's 9:07.
The following program, the Fox World Travel Show, is paid for in full by Fox World Travel. The advice and opinions expressed during the Fox World Travel Show are solely that of the hosts and guests of Fox World Travel, and not WTMJ or Good Karma Brands. Need a vacation? Whether it's the trip of a lifetime or a weekend getaway, we can help. This is the Fox World Travel Show on WTMJ.
Hey, I'm on vacation every single day, every single day.
Good morning to you, Rose Gray. How are you?
I'm really good. How are you?
I am spectacular.
Well, it's always best when it's a sunny day.
It does make it much better, doesn't it?
It absolutely does.
The weird part, though, is I was driving in, and I felt like I was late to the show because the sun was shining. It was like bright.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, am I running behind? What's going on? But I was not.
You were not.
And you are not.
I am not. And we're here and we're excited and we've got lots of stuff to talk about. But as always, we encourage everybody to text or call in with their questions. Nothing's off limits. If I don't know, I will tell you I don't know.
This is true.
If I have somebody within my stable of Fox World Travel family, friends, and colleagues, I can reach out to one of them and get the answer for you as well. So
you're very rarely stumped, though.
On occasion.
To be honest.
On occasion. So this week we had some pretty exciting news from the Green Bay Packers. And as you can imagine, the phones were wildly ringing. I will tell you this. At this point, Fox has no plans to do a complete package that would include game tickets and a tailgate and all those kinds of things. However, with that said, we know where you can find those. So if that is what you're looking for, let us know. I will tell you this. All of the reputable companies that I looked at as soon as the announcement was made are asking for a $500 deposit,
okay,
which will be applied to the package once they have their details, because they do not have all the details yet. So it's a Friday night game. So that's September 6th. A little weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess I would start out by saying this. I'm not surprised by some of the questions that we're starting to get because I don't know that everybody knows too much about Brazil.
Yeah, it's not a travel destination you often hear of.
Right, exactly. So, for example, this was, as you can imagine, the news outlets were going crazy with the information, and I actually had interviews on 4 of the Green Bay stations, 1 of the Milwaukee stations. I was on with John Mercure. I was on Spectrum News talking all about it. Well, in preparation for this trip, this exciting news, I delved deeply into all things Brazil and wanted to get as much information as I possibly could. And that's when I began realizing that I have been to Brazil, but I know very little about Brazil. And so we just started answering questions that were coming in. Do you know Brazil is the 5th largest country in the world?
I did not know
Right
that.
behind the United States.
Wow.
Yep. So that's kind of interesting. The other thing to know is it's about on a nonstop flight from Chicago, 10 hours and 15 minutes. There is one daily United nonstop from Chicago. Okay. So that doesn't mean we can't go there other ways. Milwaukee, Atlanta, Sao Paulo. Milwaukee, Houston, Sao Paulo, Milwaukee connection, Miami, Sao Paulo.
Okay.
So there's lots of ways to get there, but that's going to add time, right? That's going to add time onto it. The other thing that we kind of found interesting is people asked if they were going to have a language problem, and we said, they said, because I took high school Spanish. And I said, but they speak Portuguese in Brazil. So I have a little problem there. But the language should not be that big of a barrier. Also know this. In January, the Brazilian government decided that we were all going to need visas as U.S. citizens to go to Brazil.
Okay.
They rescinded that
Really?
late on the 9th of April. Do you think they were worried about the Packer fans coming?
Yeah. Just a bit.
I don't know. I don't think that's it at all, but it was just coincidental.
No, I think the Packers they're God's team. God's like, hey, lift this restriction.
This plague must be gone. So anyway, that was fun. So, what would you do? I guess the other thing to think about, as I just said, it's the 5th largest country in the world. When people come to the United States from other parts of the world, they say, I would like to see New York and Disney World and Las Vegas and Hollywood. How long are you going to be here? A week?
Yeah.
Okay, same kind of thing. Do you just want to fly into Sao Paulo and see the game? Or are you going to try to make this a Brazilian vacation? And if you're going to do that, we certainly can help you at Fox World Travel with all of your other needs. So if I was going to do it, for example, I would leave the United States on the 4th of September. I would fly into Sao Paulo. I would acclimate. Here's another cool thing, just a couple-hour time difference.
Oh.
So unlike London, where we had to really acclimate, we don't have to do that so much. I would visit the city. I would see the city. Sao Paulo is a very big financial center, a global financial center. So there are museums and there are fabulous restaurants and lots of things to do, but that's what the culture there will be. Now, I would then probably, after the game, so I would go to the game on Friday night.
Okay.
I would stay there one more day, and then maybe Sunday fly over to Rio de Janeiro, because who doesn't want to go see Christ the Redeemer, the big statue, right? And you could also fly over to Iguazu Falls, one of the natural wonders of the world that people go to see all the time. And you can actually go to the Brazil side and the Argentina side, kind of like at Niagara Falls, where we go to the U.S. side and the Canada side, same concept there. So all of that requires flights, though. You know, it's an hour flight to Rio de Janeiro from Sao Paulo. It's about a 2-hour flight from Rio to Iguazu Falls.
Right.
So, I mean, we can make a little triangle for you, or we could do lots of other things. So we're getting questions about what else is there to do. Can you help me with everything? Yes, except we're telling everybody, if you're going to get tickets, get them from a reliable source.
There you go.
There you
Way
go.
to kick off the show.
Too exciting.
855-616-1620 is the WTMJ talking text line. We are talking travel today. It is the Fox World Travel Show on WTMJ.
Make this summer the best one yet. Let Fox World Travel plan your next family vacation. Whether it's a magical Disney escape, an all-inclusive resort in paradise, or a thrilling European adventure, we offer exclusive savings for your family. Enjoy exciting activities, educational experiences, or peaceful retreats where you can relax and recharge with our trusted partners like Globus Family of Brands, Disney, and Insight Vacations. Visit foxworldtravel.com or call 866-GO-FOX-GO to start planning your summer vacation today.
There's an amazing supper club in Wisconsin Dells, Ish Nala. Nestled among the pines and perched above the sandstone bluffs of Mirror Lake. The beauty, the history, the service, the food, the fun. Hi, this is Bob Prosser, owner of Ish Nala Supper Club in Wisconsin Dells. I've been a part of Ish Nala since 1973, and I am so proud to continue the tradition that began in 1953. Why not enjoy a brandy old-fashioned in one of our bars, each with a spectacular view overlooking Mirror Lake, or just relax before or after dinner on one of our outdoor decks. Our Ish Nala chefs have prepared your favorites: 24-ounce ribeye, cold water lobster tails, North Atlantic salmon, and of course, Ish Nala's roast duck. Thank you for making Ish Nala Wisconsin's favorite supper club, where the only thing we overlook is Mirror Lake. I'm Bob Prosser, and I want to serve you.
Hey, John Mercure here for Floor Coverings International. They just did the flooring in our house, and it is stunning. Carpet, luxury vinyl plank, in and out quickly. They rolled up with that mobile flooring showroom. Incredible. Came in, walked us through everything. The installation was quick and easy, and it is absolutely gorgeous. FCI, the stars of flooring. Each Floor Covering International business is independently owned and operated. They are the real deal. Go to FCIFloors.com for a free consultation. They'll transform your home. FCIFloors.com.
Don't let the term discount real estate agent throw you. All it means is that we'll give you the same experience, expertise, and know-how as the big-name real estate firms, but we'll do it for less. And when you weigh 6% commission against as low as 3.5% and no higher than 3.9% for a full-service real estate agent, including full MLS marketing with no upfront fees, you'll realize there's no reason for you to pay more. This is Angela Calais with Benefit Realty, where we'll make your move simple and affordable. Benefit-realty.com. So you have your down payment in mind and you're ready to buy your new home. You figure your monthly payment, add in your taxes, and realize, hey, you can do this. But you forgot the 6% commission that you'll have to pay your real estate agent. Whoa, 6%. That's a lot, especially when we'll sell your home for as low as 3.5% and no higher than 3.9%. And that's 100% full service with no upfront fees. I'm Angela Calais with Benefit Realty, where we'll make your move simple and affordable. Benefit-realty.com.
Planning a vacation? We've got you covered. You're listening to the Fox World Travel Show with Rose Gray on WTMJ.
Good morning, Dayton here with Rose. Going to be mostly sunny and 65 today, 75 inland tomorrow, so it's going to be a gorgeous weekend. WTMJ talking text line 855-616-1620. Rose, when will Fox World Travel be announcing more 2025 group trips?
That is such an excellent question.
I know.
Very, 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 very soon. I teased last week because we did have a caller asking about Galapagos, and I said I am not at liberty to let any details out, but I can tell you, stay tuned. You just want to stay tuned because unlike last year where they dribbled out a little bit, we're really trying. We did put the Duro out that Colleen is doing, but we're trying to just have one great big gigantic explosion.
Okay.
And that's coming very, 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 very soon. I think the listeners are going to be delighted with some of the new fun things we're going to be doing in 2025.
Nice. Well, Galapagos is different, right? You haven't done that a lot.
Yeah.
So.
Not a lot because it's an expensive proposition.
Okay.
It's sort of like when I do Antarctica or when we do Africa or when we do Vietnam. It's something people have to consider and want and that kind of thing.
Right.
But just like so many other natural attractions in the world, the people who take care of these kinds of things are saying, we got to slow this down. We got to stop. We got to start monitoring and regulating how many people go to the Galapagos because
Right.
it'll be completely ruined otherwise. So the number of ships that can stop now are fewer, and the number of tours that can visit are fewer. So if that is on your list, I just feel like, yeah, get on that. So,
All right. Another text here at 855-616-1620. Can you recommend an all-inclusive resort in Mazatlan, Mexico? 7 couples, all over 50 years old.
Okay, so here's the thing. Mazatlan is really not that well known for all-inclusive resorts. I do know, just like so many other Mexican destinations, there is a Spanish chain called Riu, R-I-U, not Rio, Riu. And I do know there is at least one there. There could actually be more than that. So that would be one. It's not really necessarily an adults only, but that's a pretty decent resort. There are also another chain there that I'm pretty certain has all inclusives there as well, called Pueblo Bonito. That they have a lot of resorts in Cabo.
Okay.
And I believe they have at least one Pueblo Bonito resort, which is an all-inclusive in Mazatlan.
Okay. Next one here says, you may want to remind anyone that going to Brazil, there's no flushing of toilet paper.
Yes. So
what an interesting thing to bring up.
That is. So you just want to be aware of that because I don't know, I guess you could get fined or something if they find out that you do it. Sort of like in Singapore when you chew gum, all those things. So yes. And really, again, if I was going to go to a Packer game in Brazil, I would really, really want to do more than just go see Sao Paulo.
Sure, of course.
But there are certain people, especially we know from experience in 2022 when the Packers went to London, who flew in, saw a tiny bit of London, went to the game, and flew home.
Yeah.
So that's okay. It's a little bit longer flight, so you just might want to do a few other things. Just saying.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, more calls and texts at 855-616-1620. It's the Fox World Travel Show on WTMJ.
Planning a getaway? Reserve a parking space that includes superior service and value. Exec Park is the only local family-owned valet parking serving travelers using Mitchell Field for over 42 years. Exec Park has an even greater deal for a limited time just for WTMJ fans. It's just $8.50 a day with cash payment when you mention WTMJ. To get terrific valet parking at this amazing rate, make your required parking reservation today. Call 414-747-1000 or visit execpark.com and tell them you're a fan of WTMJ.
Accunet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
One of the best things about being in business for 25 years is having clients recommend Accunet to their now adult children for help buying their first homes. That's how I connected with Dan and Allison, and let me tell you, they were fast learners. They quickly embraced our most powerful tool for winning offers, Appraisal Wiggle Room. Their first offer was $15,000 over asking and included a provision which Accunet guaranteed they could afford to make, that they would still pay the higher offer price even if the appraised value came in up to $15,000 short. The result? Accepted offer versus several others on the very first try. And by the way, if the appraisal had come in $15,000 short, which it did not, Dan and Allison would have needed exactly $0 extra at the closing table. If you think all mortgage lenders are the same, think again. Go with a multi-generation mortgage lender that has the tools and know-how to help you win. Click on the blue button today at accunet.com.
Diamonds Direct Spring Sale is here. Shop now and get an extra 20% off Diamonds Direct's renowned prices. It's the best sale of the season. Plus, book an appointment and get an additional $100 off. That's 20% off plus $100 off store-wide. Rings, earrings, pendants, bracelets, engagement rings, and more. And enjoy an expanded selection with designer appearances each weekend. 20% off now to April 21st and open Sundays. Details at diamondsdirect.com.
Take your travel tips from the travel experts. Welcome back to the Fox World Travel Show with Rose Gray on WTMJ.
Thanks for listening to 620 WTMJ, but you can find the Fox World Travel Show podcast on Spotify, Apple, foxworldtravel.com, WTMJ.com. It's omnipotent.
It's practically
everywhere.
omnipotent.
Okay, Rose Gray is here this week, and we're taking your calls and texts at 855-616-1620. What's new and exciting that people need to know about in the world of travel?
Well, one of the fun new things that I saw because I am a Uniworld sailor, and because then once they have your contact information, they're going to contact you.
Yeah, amazing.
Amazing. That Uniworld, as many of you know how much I do, in fact, love my friends at Uniworld, have many dates left for many sailings left for 2024 where they have decided that they're going to waive the single supplement.
Okay.
And Dayton, we get lots of people who are texting in or calling in and asking, is there any benefit or do you know of any deals for single travelers? And quite the opposite. Single travelers often get hit with what we call in the industry a single supplement.
Right.
Because people say, well, that's not fair. Why do they do that? Think about this. Think of a cruise cabin. The cruise says this is the price per person based on double occupancy. So they're planning on 2 people being in that cabin.
Right.
And that doesn't always happen. And so then you have to supplement it, hence the word single supplement, so that you're giving the cruise line additional money so that that is a viable option for you as a single traveler. So same with tours, right? They take the cost of the tour, they take the cost of the hotel rooms, and they divide everything by half. And then that's the cost per person based on double occupancy. So I just want to let you know that if in fact you are a solo traveler and you are looking for some sailings where the single supplement has been waived, give our offices a call or reach out by going to our website, which is foxworldtravel.com. And then right away, you can see in the left-hand corner is a menu. And if you go to vacations, you're going to get a golden colored rectangle in the bottom of your screen, and it's going to say, let's connect. And that's a way that you can fill out the form. You can also go up to the right-hand corner where it says stay connected, and there's a contact us button there as well. So lots of different ways to contact people.
Okay. That's exciting news. If you're a solo traveler, you want to get out there, now's the time to do it. We do have a call. Let's go over to Rosie in West Bend. Good morning, Rosie. What's your question?
Good morning. I and my husband are planning to go to Las Vegas this summer, and we would like to go by train. We've never done that before. We're wondering, where do we park our car near the train station, and where do we get a ticket for the parking?
And there's a transmodal parking lot right there.
Yep.
Right. And so they do have long-term parking there.
Okay.
But do you know what? I got to tell you the honest truth. I got to tell you the honest truth. Where are you traveling from to get to Amtrak?
From West Bend to Milwaukee, then Milwaukee to Las Vegas.
Yeah, I'm just going to be honest with you. Yeah. If it was me, I would probably take a shuttle or ask a friend of some sort to take me down there, because I don't know, if you're going to be gone any length of time, you might feel more comfortable if
not leaving your car there.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Oh, all right.
Fair
okay,
enough.
that's a good piece of advice. I hadn't thought about that. So,
Rosie,
all right.
thanks for calling in.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Have a good trip.
We have to be very careful because we don't want it to sound like.
Yeah. Next text here, 855-616-1620. Vindanta, staying at the Blitz. Friend has 2-bedroom condo, Riviera Maya. What can I expect? I don't even know what that means. Do you?
I don't.
Okay. We may have to come back to that. We are going to see here. Okay. Hi. If I legally change my name with Social Security, can I fly under my maiden name on my passport, as I have not updated it and want to fly internationally at the end of May?
Yes, that is exactly what you have to do. And this is such an excellent...
Wait, what?
Yes. This is such an excellent question. So you got married. You did everything you needed to do. You changed everything on your accounts, and you changed everything with Social Security, and you went and you got your driver's license changed, but your passport is still in your maiden name. You absolutely have to travel internationally on that maiden name unless you get that passport changed.
Oh, so when you're booking flights and things, you're
Correct.
saying, okay.
Correct.
But it's still valid.
Absolutely.
Even if your license doesn't match, because you're not showing your license.
You're never showing
no,
your
you're
license.
Just showing
Remember, you're just showing the passport. So we oftentimes have to have this conversation with brides and say, I know you're very proud of the fact that you are now Mrs. John Smith.
Yeah.
But we can't use your married name because your passport is still in your... And then oftentimes brides will say, well, how about if I change my name before I get married on my passport? Can't do it because you got to have a document to prove why you're changing your name.
Interesting. I had never even thought about that.
Well, that's because you're a man.
Well, and I've been married for 30 years and, whatever.
I don't mean that. I didn't mean that in that way. But women think of it more, or people who are going to change their name because of marriage think of it more.
Okay.
But yes, you absolutely positively want to fly internationally on the name that's on the passport.
Makes sense.
Yes.
Fox World Travel Show. We'll take your calls and texts at 855-616-1620. Now we go to the WTMJ Breaking News Center with Jack Grau. Good morning, Jack.
Good morning. Friday morning, Maxwell Anderson was formally charged in the death and dismemberment of 19-year-old Shade Robinson. Milwaukee County Sheriff Danita Ball confirmed the severed leg discovered in Cudahy on April 2nd belonged to Robinson. Police have not confirmed if the other remains discovered around Milwaukee belong to Robinson as well. According to Sheriff Ball, there is no evidence to suggest that there may be other victims. Robinson went missing on April 1st. Look out for road closures and traffic in Milwaukee today. Road closures are throughout downtown today for the Milwaukee Marathon. Kinnickinnick Avenue, Russell Avenue, and Oklahoma Avenue are blocked, as well as temporary no parking tow-away zones along the running route ending at Humboldt Park. Closures will end around 1 p.m. Country music star Luke Combs is playing his second show of the weekend at American Family Field. Drivers should expect increased traffic on I-94. Gates open at 5 p.m. with the show starting at 5:45. A sculpture honoring Vel Phillips will be unveiled at the state capitol in June. This will be the first statue of a black leader or any person of color on the grounds of the state capitol. Phillips made history as the first black American and woman elected to statewide office in Wisconsin, serving as the 29th Secretary of State. Taking a look at your roads with your Johnson & Sons paving time saver traffic. A couple of areas that we're keeping an eye on here on 94 North at the Collector. A little over a mile beyond 94 North. That left lane is blocked due to a crash there. So that's a spot with some complications by Greenfield. Near West Allis on 94 East at the ramp from Hawley Road. That right shoulder is blocked due to a disabled vehicle. And then just northwest of that on 45 North, half mile beyond the ramp from Burleigh Street, that right shoulder is blocked due to a crash.
Traffic is sponsored by TaybackAttorneys.com. Veterans benefits denied? Call Tayback for the payback. Brave Americans who served shouldn't be denied benefits or have a disability claim incorrectly evaluated by the VA. If you're one of those vets, call Tayback for the payback. TaybackAttorneys.com.
Your WTMJ 5-day forecast, a high of 65 today and mostly sunny, getting down to a low of 54 this evening with possible showers. On Sunday, expecting a high of 75 degrees inland and mostly sunny. Beautiful weather for 414 day. On Monday, a high of 63 and partly cloudy. Tuesday, a high of 58, a bit of a dip there with rain and storms. Wednesday, getting up to 65, but still expecting more rain. I'm Jack Grau, citing Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 9:33.
Hey, it's WTMJ's Steve Scafidi for the Bath Authority. If your bath or shower is old, outdated, has mold and mildew, broken tiles, you got to call my friends at the Bath Authority. The Bath Authority provides the highest quality bathroom remodeling products along with a world-class customer experience. Their modern, durable tubs and showers are designed with an exclusive high-tech polymer liner. What that means to you, low maintenance, resistance to mold and mildew, easy to clean, and lasts for decades. You're their priority at the Bath Authority. TheBathAuthority.com. A better bath awaits.
Right now, the prices of diamonds are probably the lowest we'll see in our lifetime.
Diamond prices are low, low, low. Here's why.
It was hard to meet new people during COVID.
When a person meets their soulmate, they usually get engaged about 39 months later.
People started dating again only about 36 months ago.
Most of the people who got engaged during COVID
or immediately after COVID
were already in a relationship before the COVID lockdown began.
The Wall Street Journal even published a story about all of this.
Low sales of engagement rings created a worldwide oversupply of diamonds.
But now, engagement ring sales are beginning to pick up again.
By the end of next spring, this temporary oversupply will be gone.
And diamond prices will start climbing like crazy.
If you ever wanted to own a big diamond, this is the year to do it.
Find the Kesslers nearest you at KesslersDiamonds.com.
If you want to own a big diamond, the time is now.
Since 1955, Geist Garage Doors has been the trusted authority in Wisconsin. Hey, it's Greg Matzik. Don't let a busted garage door get you down. Give my friends at Geist a call. Doors and openers for every budget are available, and they'll even build custom designs to meet your exact needs. Check out GeistDoors.com or call 262-784-4250. Or do what I did. Check out their amazing showroom in Brookfield featuring hundreds of doors, openers, and their custom design room. Wherever you are in Southeast Wisconsin, don't think twice. Call Geist.
Don't think twice. Call Geist.
Plan a perfect vacation, no matter your budget. This is the Fox World Travel Show with Rose Gray on WTMJ.
Good morning to you. It's going to be beautiful, 65 and sunny today. Dayton and Rose here. We are taking your calls and texts at 855-616-1620. This one says, we're planning a cross-Atlantic cruise from Miami to Portugal, Spain, etc. on November 3rd this year. What can we expect to cross the Atlantic at that time of year? Have you ever been in that situation?
I have not, but last week we had a caller who was crossing the Atlantic in April, and that would be a little less rough. I think November crossing is probably going to be a little colder, being up on deck is probably not going to be as common, if you will. But again, when you're doing these transatlantic cruises, you're doing it for the cruising experience, you're doing it for the dining, you're doing it for they're very affordable. They're often very it's a nice deal kind of a thing. So I'm just saying that in November, you would probably not be up top.
Yeah, not sunning on the deck.
Exactly. Well, and you might even get to be outside during the day a bit, but in the evening, at night it's going to be really cold.
Okay.
Yeah.
When does Apple Vacations and FunJet have their specials for next winter? Everybody wants to know.
Yes. So I would anticipate that we will hear when the nonstop service and where the nonstop service. We always take for granted in Milwaukee that it's going to be Cancun, Puerto Vallarta, Jamaica, Dominican Republic, possibly Cabo, but we never really know for sure. So in very soon, I do know that Apple Leisure Group, the parent company of Apple Vacations, released their information for Cancun for nonstop charters out of Cincinnati and Philadelphia several weeks ago. So Milwaukee is usually at the end of that because we have the most, and they like to release them all at once. So I would say just as soon as we know what those destinations are going to be and what those nonstop flights are going to look like, we'll know what's going on. And then don't forget, Fox World Travel and Apple Vacation have been partnering for many, many years for a great big event in July. So stay tuned for that.
Always a big event. Okay, this is an interesting text at 855-616-1620. If newlyweds are going to the Middle East, they probably want to change their passport or else they could face some scrutiny of an unmarried woman in the same room with a man. That's a cultural difference you may not think about as you're heading.
It's very true. The big question is how, I do not know, maybe someone does, how you could change your passport until you're actually married.
Yeah. So you may have to postpone the honeymoon
exactly
until the next year.
That's the case, because it's very true. We have to be very careful when we're sending people to the Middle East and how the rooms are assigned and those kinds of things. So yes, that's an excellent point.
Yes. 855-616-1620. Me and my wife would like to take a 7-day Alaska cruise at the end of July. A southbound cruise there still be openings for this year, a cabin with a balcony.
So they're just looking to do a 7-day Alaska cruise in
2024 still. Cruise at the end of July.
Oh yeah, that's this year yet. Yes, there are 7-day cruises out there for sure.
Okay.
So it's just a matter of, are you going to, when they say a 7-day southbound cruise, that means you're going to fly into Anchorage, you're going to drive down to either Seward or Whittier, wherever that's leaving from, and then you're going to take the southbound cruise. So, yes. Other options for 7-day cruises are round trip out of Vancouver and round trip out of Seattle. So that's another option.
And how would people know about this stuff?
By calling us at 866-GO-FOX-GO. Now, those lines are open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. Best way also to get a hold of us is go to foxworldtravel.com. As soon as you go to the vacation tab, a golden rectangle pops up in the bottom right-hand corner. It says, Let's Connect. That's an inquiry form. If that doesn't happen, like you're just on our main page, under Stay Connected, there's also a Contact Us. So all of those things work. The more information you can give us in advance, the better off we are. For example, if you've got crazy ideas about golfing at the Old Course, the Masters happens to be on right now, and lots of people, as I'm out and about, are asking me golfing questions. Certainly, there are ways to get on the Old Course at St. Andrews, and there are 5 other courses on the whole grounds of St. Andrews. How do you get those tee times, and how far in advance do you have to do that?
And you guys can help with all that.
We can.
That's why you use a travel advisor. So
we hope.
and travel advisor is different than agent because you guys aren't competing for business with each other. You're trying to find the best person to help the person in need.
Yes, and I couldn't have said it better. So when people call and say, or fill out the inquiry form and say, I would like more information about, and they have a very specific destination in mind, we have specialists on staff. And how do you find those specialists? If you go to our vacation travel tab, you will find a tab that says Travel Advisors. And there are ways that you can filter your search by agent name, by office location, by specialities, by destination, or travel partner. So we have lots of different ways you can find the perfect person for you. And if the pandemic did nothing else, it taught us that we can do our jobs very effectively and efficiently virtually.
I'm noticing one thing here, though, Rose. I cannot sort by gender because everyone's female.
No, that's untrue.
Well, where's the guy? I don't see any guys.
Well, it's kind of a female-based industry, but I bet if you look a little farther, you'd see Jordan in our Oshkosh office.
All right, I'll keep looking.
All right.
Keep looking. FoxWorldTravel.com. Go scroll. There's so many things you can look at on this website. You could be there for hours. So go enjoy that. We do need to take a break. When we come back, more of your calls and texts, 855-616-1620. It's the Fox World Travel Show on WTMJ.
Love at first sight. Not everyone knows it, but for our customers who update their home's exterior, they experience it every time they come home. Hi, I'm Randy Miller from All Right Home and Remodeling. Imagine new roofing, siding, windows in the colors and style you've always wanted. And it's not all about looks either. It'll bring warmth, comfort, and energy efficiency too. Whether you've been in your house 5 days or 5 decades, we'll help you fall in love with it. Learn more at ALLRITE remodeling.com.
It's great to get back home when your castle grounds are grand. Outdoor Living Unlimited is a company that does just that. As in their name, your outdoor living can be grand and the possibilities are unlimited. Patios, decks, water and fire features, lighting, pathways, pergolas, outdoor kitchens. Unleash your imagination out there, then turn Outdoor Living Unlimited loose. Travel the world and always come home to your dream destination. Start with a voyage to Brookfield's OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
You're off to see the wonderful world, and then it's back to your own castle. Make sure yours is beautiful and up to date. Siding Unlimited, Wisconsin's best contractor for everything on the outside of your castle, welcomes you home to the best it can be. You should not have to worry about your home's integrity while you are away. Let Siding Unlimited ensure it with all the best exterior products. Hometown Siding Unlimited is recognized as one of the best contractors in America by the manufacturers of the nation's best products in siding, roofing, decks, and especially windows. They have the awards. Take the initiative and Sighting Unlimited will make you proud to come home every time, whether it's from an exotic tour or from the grocery store. Set up an appointment with Sighting Unlimited for your castle renewal now, and we'll see you when you get back. Bon voyage from Sighting Unlimited, and then welcome home. SightingUnlimited.com.
Annex Wealth Management, investment, retirement, tax, and estate planning from a fee-only fiduciary. Forget commission sales pitches and financial products you don't need. Know the difference. Annex provides elite, comprehensive financial planning customized to who you are and what you need. AnnexWealth.com.
Hey, boaters!
Where else are you going to find weather stripping for a 77 Carver? That's what he said, and I don't know the answer to that one, but he sure was glad he found it here. I'm Dave Doro with Kendor Marine, and when it comes to boat parts and supplies, we have it all. If you're a boater and you need it, we got it. And that's why you got to get here. Boaters in the know exactly where to go. Kendor Marine, 57th and Ryan Road in Franklin.
Hey, boaters! Cruise to Kendor Marine. We got everything you need but the water.
KendorMarine.com.
Hey, boaters!
Inexperienced boaters are more than welcome here, because at Kendor Marine you'll find all the answers to your questions on parts, installation, troubleshooting, and the best part is, when we figure out what you need, we can grab it from our massive inventory of boat parts and supplies that no one around can match. I'm Dave Doro, and boaters in the know exactly where to go. Kendor Marine, 57th and Ryan Road in Franklin.
Hey, boaters! Cruise to Kendor Marine. We got everything you need but the water.
KendorMarine.com.
Gotta get away? No one does it better. Back to more of the Fox World Travel Show with Rose Gray on WTMJ.
9:45 on a beautiful Saturday morning. Dayton Kane here with Rose Gray. And what a great way to come back from commercials with this text at 855-616-1620. We would love to give a shout out of appreciation to Disney expert Marissa at the Brookfield office. We were talking before the break that there are specialists at Fox World Travel. We know very little about Disney. She was amazingly knowledgeable and helpful in assisting us in booking a multi-generational Disney cruise. Her enthusiasm is contagious. So that's what you get when you call 866-GO-FOX-GO.
Yeah, she sprinkles pixie dust on everything she does, let me tell you. It's awesome.
All right, another text here says, we are going on a cruise out of Rome the beginning of November. We want to stay in Rome a couple of days before, probably the city center, unless you recommend another area to do. And we have do you have any recommendations for a nice, moderately priced hotel, and when should we book?
I would stay in Rome. I've mentioned this on the air a couple of times. When we do our Italy itineraries and they begin in Rome, oftentimes our cookie cutter or competitors will have a 2-night stay in Rome. You know, that's just what they do. We always add a third night. We just really feel like by the time you get there, you have some jet lag. We've got things we want you to see. And what a lot of companies are doing now is taking the Colosseum out and making that be an optional. And we feel very strongly that that should be a part of your visit. So you're going to see the Vatican museums and you're going to see, you know, all of that. But we just feel like that's another part of it that you probably have to see. With regard to pricing, I probably would just reach out to one of our specialists and ask them to assist you with any of that. And also, I would make sure if I was going to be on my own for that portion of it, I would have my Vatican tour booked, because there's nothing sadder than watching that great big long queue all the way down the block for the people that didn't get their Vatican tickets in advance, and now they're waiting to get in. And although November is very low season there, you're still going to see those lines, because that's just the way it is. And so I would have that taken care of. When I'm purchasing that, and again, a Fox advisor can help you with this, I would make sure I was getting what they call a skip the queue or skip the line, and it's taking you right to the front.
Like the Disney Fast Pass.
Exactly. Yep. And then you get somebody that speaks English and has loads and loads of information to share with you as you're going through the Vatican museums and all of that kind of thing. So I wouldn't miss out on that at all. And there's a few other like half-day city tours that you could take that would also include an English-speaking guide, and I think those are valuable. So those are things I would
All right.
probably think about.
855-616-1620. Is it possible to plan an Alaskan itinerary without getting on a boat? We have a party of 6 and one is very motion sick sensitive.
Yep, you absolutely can. You just don't get to see the inside passage. So there are tours that do just the land portion of it. Now, I will say this, and I'm certainly not a doctor, and I have experience with people who have had seasickness, but I'm telling you, if they would get those patches that you can get from your physician, they may be okay, because unlike some Caribbean destinations or this Atlantic crossing that we're talking about, this is the inside passage is very calm. It's almost like a European river cruise because you're on an inside passage of water.
Right.
The one thing I will qualify that with is when you leave from Seward or Whittier and you're crossing the Bay of Alaska to get into that inside passage, that part can be rocky. And I have seen people who have not been, comfortable at all because they had some motion sickness. So yes, to answer the question, yes, you can do land-only Alaskas.
All right. We do need to take a final break. 855-616-1620. Looks like Jane in Menominee Falls is on the line. We'll talk to you next. It is the Fox World Travel Show on WTMJ.
Hey, it's WTMJ Steve Scavini for Universal Windows Direct. Call Universal Windows Direct today, 414-410-2000. For every 2 windows you buy, get 2 free. Buy 2, get 2. Buy 4, get 4. Buy 20, get 20. No limits. Plus, they'll upgrade your new windows to triple pane glass for free. Extra protection from the elements. Call 414-410-2000. Schedule your free in-home estimate today. For every 2 windows you buy, get the next 2 free. Tell them I told you to call, and you get $250 off your order. Like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
Accunet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
One of the best things about being in business for 25 years is having clients recommend Accunet to their now adult children for help buying their first homes. That's how I connected with Dan and Allison, and let me tell you, they were fast learners. They quickly embraced our most powerful tool for winning offers, Appraisal Wiggle Room. Their first offer was $15,000 over asking and included a provision which Accunet guaranteed they could afford to make, that they would still pay the higher offer price even if the appraised value came in up to $15,000 short. The result? Accepted offer versus several others on the very first try. And by the way, if the appraisal had come in $15,000 short, which it did not, Dan and Allison would have needed exactly $0 extra at the closing table. If you think all mortgage lenders are the same, think again. Go with a multi-generation mortgage lender that has the tools and know-how to help you win. Click on the blue button today at accunet.com.
Queen Tempur-Pedic mattresses at Steinhoffel start at only $52 per month with 60-month financing. Plus, get $300 in Steinhoffel's cash. Get the Ergo Smart Base and mattress for just $94 per month with 60-month financing. Only at Steinhoffel's.
Make lifelong memories with your family, announcing the 10th annual Pontoon and Deck Boat preseason sales event this weekend only at Centerpoint Pewaukee. Choose from 10 quality brands of pontoons, triple tunes, deck boats, and bow riders, all priced to sell now. Don't let another summer drift away. The boating event of the year happens only at Centerpoint Pewaukee, Highway 16 in Capital, online at centerpointservice.com. The time to invest in family memories is right now. Centerpoint Pewaukee, your Lake Country Pontoon headquarters. Be there!
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station. Before you pack your suitcase, hear from the experts. Here's more of the Fox World Travel Show with Rose Gray on WTMJ.
When are you gone next, Rose Gray? You've been here for a few weeks now.
I'm not going anywhere till June.
Okay, so you're stuck with me until June.
Yeah.
Here we go. 855-616-1620, our final segment of the show today. Let's go to Jane in Menominee Falls. Good morning, Jane. What's your question for Rose?
Hi, Rose. Thank you for taking my call. We are just starting to plan a trip to Copenhagen next summer, and I'm just wondering, do you have any specific recommendations, must-dos, highlights?
Yeah, so there's a couple of, everybody probably that you ask will tell you about the Tivoli Gardens. That's a pretty phenomenal park, that theme park type fun thing that you can do. There are a couple of really good museums that I'm aware of, art museums, and then there's also the National Museum of Denmark, which is actually in Copenhagen itself. There are several castles, and again, sometimes people tell me I don't need another bloody castle. Thank you very much. But it's always good to see the architecture, and you're going to find that the architecture here is significantly different than some of the other places that you would be maybe seeing in Europe. So a couple of castles, Rosenborg Castle is one that I know of and think of. And then also, just like Sydney, there's a pretty well-respected, visited opera house in Copenhagen. So I would see that.
Okay.
And then you probably know about The Little Mermaid.
Yes.
Yeah. So everyone knows that. And so, yeah, so there a couple good museums, the Opera House, the Botanical Gardens, and then probably the Tivoli Gardens.
Okay, super. Thank you very much.
Have fun. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks for listening. Have a good weekend. All right, one more question here at the text line. Planned a trip to Germany in June 2025, so June.
Yep.
My passport expires at the end of October 2025. Should I obtain an early renewal prior to the trip?
What you're going to want to do is travel.state.gov and then check if Germany has a validity requirement. So let's do the math. June, they're traveling. October, June, July, August, September, October. That's 4 months. Probably, if they don't have the 6 months validity for Germany, then you could probably be safe in going. But I'm just one of those kind of people that if I don't need it, I'm probably just going to go ahead and get that renewed. Because,
yeah, if you're not traveling somewhere else before that time frame and can send it in.
Exactly. I know we like to get as much as we possibly can from that fee that we paid for that passport, but I feel pretty confident that, I think the best thing to do would be to get that renewed before you go.
Okay. 855-616-1620. Hi, Rose. We're planning a trip to Wimbledon next year. Can you help us out? You're great. What
I can help you out is all of the packages that we sell for Wimbledon have guaranteed tickets.
Okay.
So that comes at a cost, as you can imagine. So there are people that tell me all the time, oh my gosh, I got tickets for Wimbledon and now I've booked my hotel. Keep this in mind that if you are rained out at Wimbledon, there is no refund on the tickets.
Oh.
That is just the way it's been from the beginning of Wimbledon. So just know that. The other thing to be cautious about is if you book this all in pieces and parts, like you're going to do the train and you're going to do your hotel and you're going to do the hop-on, hop-off bus and you're going to do a couple days at Wimbledon or even one day at Wimbledon, just keep in mind that many of those hotels during Wimbledon, just like anybody that's got a big event in their city, is going to have stiff cancellation penalties.
Sure.
It could be as much as a couple months in advance. It could even be completely non-refundable. So again, we do have a company or two or three that we work with that sell these kinds of packages. There's a cost involved to that. So we can, if you get the tickets and you want help with the other parts of it, we can certainly do that. Or if you're looking for a complete experience, we can do that too.
Perfect. 855-616-1620. We are going to Budapest to Bratislava to Vienna. How do you recommend booking train tickets between the cities?
Well, this is good. I was just typing the answer to that, but now I'll just say it over the airwaves so hundreds of thousands of people can hear. If you are booking what's called a point-to-point, like you are just going Budapest to Bratislava, you can get right on Rail Europe's website and you can make that booking. So that's easy enough. If you need more tickets, then what you do, and we actually had this exact same question last week, but, well, it wasn't exact same question because these were not the two cities they were going to, but a question about European trains. If you need more train tickets, if you are going to other cities, then you look to see what pass they're offering you. And if there's a pass involved, sometimes that's going to be a money-saving thing. But if all you need is a point-to-point ticket, as we call it, you just book that on Rail Europe. Yep.
All right, 1 minute left. Tell everybody what they need to know about Fox World Travel.
So I just want to let everybody know that stay tuned because 2025 Fox Group Vacations is just about out. I also want to let everybody know that if you start getting your hands on those Packer tickets, they're not out yet, but when they are and you need assistance with anything else, we can help you with that. As I said, I would do day trips or I would probably make sure I see a little bit more. Somebody did text in and say there's lots more to do in Sao Paulo than Rose gave it credit for. So there's more to do there. So think that through and let the travel advisors do what the travel advisors do, help you with those big ticket items, as well as anything that you're looking for travel related.
Nobody's going to answer the phone today,
No.
but the number is 866-GO-FOX-GO, Monday through Friday.
Correct.
Best way right now, go to foxworldtravel.com and fill out the contact us.
It's the best way to do it because then they will sort that out, get that to the proper people, and then you will be contacted.
All right, good show. We'll see you next week.
Thanks.
All right, coming up next, Danny Clayton and the crew from Annex Wealth Management.
The preceding program, the Fox World Travel Show, is paid for in full by Fox World Travel. The advice and opinions expressed during the Fox World Travel Show are solely that of the hosts and guests of Fox World Travel and not WTMJ or Good Karma brands.
Sleep apnea is a serious condition. And the worst part about it is, because it affects you while you're sleeping, you don't know